Oh my God. It's finally happening.
Yes, it is.
It's only been in the works since March. No, I mean, not even March. December of last year.
It's been almost a year, man. Almost a year in development because Brian Ortega smacked around that Jay Park guy or whatever his name was. I don't remember his name.
That was at the
Jay
Israel
Parker
Adesanya versus Yoel Romero card.
Yeah, and that was a whole huge thing. You know, not a good look for Brian, but, you know, because it was kind of weird because he wasn't even, I guess the guy, Jay Parker or whatever this guy's name was talking some shit. I guess he's like a Korean superstar, though.
Yeah,
like
he's like
a musician or something.
Yeah, musician, yeah.
But, you know, Brian Ortega smacked him around a little bit at an event. Wasn't a great look for him, but...
No, it never is when you're smacking around translators and civilians.
Yeah, and civilians who have no mixed martial arts training.
Yeah, but it wasn't no fucking Mike Perry situation where he's knocking some old dude out of the bar. True. Or fucking Conor McGregor who tries to knock an old dude out in the bar, fails miserably.
Great points.
So, yeah. You know, at least he didn't do that.
But, man, I'm excited for this fight.
Oh, dude, I can't wait.
Literally, the last fight Brian Ortega has had was against Max Holloway when? 2 years ago, almost?
Yeah, that was at the end of 2018.
Yeah, almost 2 years. It's insane how much of a layoff like he's had. And then to have the Korean Zombie back and to have him just be on an absolute tear. I'm super excited for this. What do you think for this featherweight division? Do you think this is a number one contender fight?
Absolutely. And I still would say if Brian Ortega won, maybe one more just because of that Max Holloway beating.
And the long layoff.
You know, I guess you could really say this is a number two contender fight because I really do think the number one contender in this division is Max Holloway.
Still.
And, and he always will be. He will be the guy to beat to get a title shot in this division.
So let's talk about this. And I know we're talking about the whole Brian Ortega, which we will get to that. But just because we brought up the name Max Holloway versus Zabit, 1-3. Brian Ortega versus Korean Zombie.
Yeah.
2-4, 1-3.
Yeah, I mean, I was so hyped for that Zabit versus Yair Rodriguez fight. That fight should have already happened. It should have been a little mini tournament. The four of them, Chan Sung Jung, Brian Ortega, Zabit, and Yair. Those are the next guys. The winner of those fights for the belt.
Yep.
It was set up like that. It didn't happen. So I guess you can't say, if Chan Sung Jung wins this fight, he deserves a title shot. And I will be 100% A-okay with it. I'm going to be 100% behind that card. I will buy that card.
Yeah.
The Korean Zombie versus Alexander Volkanovski? Sign me up. Brian Ortega versus Alexander Volkanovski? I guess you could sign me up for that too. I would watch that. I would pay for that card. Is it 100% deserving? I don't know.
Right.
I really don't know. We will have to see. I mean, if Brian Ortega comes out and just pieces up Korean Zombie on the feet, which I would be shocked.
I don't see that.
I would be shocked fuck, dude, he knocked out Frankie Edgar in the first round.
And Moicano in the first round.
First round. People sleep on Brian Ortega's striking. People sleep.
No. I was talking about Korean Zombie.
Oh, okay.
Chan Sung Jung. Yeah, no, he knocked out Moicano and Frankie Edgar in the first round.
Yeah, well,
but Ortega
did. He was the first man to finish Edgar,
in
the first round, and it was a vicious KO. So people are sleeping on his striking. He did get pieced apart by Max Holloway, but I'm going to go into my pick, Mason. I think Chan Sung Jung's going to have every advantage on the feet. This man is the Korean Zombie for a fucking reason. He loves to take damage. It's as easy as that. He wants to get in a firefight. He wants to get in the pocket, and he wants to trade. He wants to knock you the fuck out. And he's been on a roll, dude. He's been on a legit roll.
First round KOs, man. His last two fights.
This is a very exciting fight.
Yeah.
This is a very exciting fight. Is Brian Ortega's wrestling good enough to get Chan Sung Jung down? That's the question, dude.
That's the biggest question.
That's the question. Is Chan Sung Jung going to get gas in the 4th and 5th and then give more opportunities to get taken down or submitted? Because it doesn't matter what round it is. Brian Ortega is an elite jiu-jitsu practitioner. If he gets it, any chokes within these 25 minutes, it's done.
It's over.
It's over.
I mean, even like that Cub Swanson fight where it was just like, boom, it was immediate.
Yeah.
You knew as soon as he locked that in, and they were standing up when he got that guillotine, and it was just like, it's over.
Yeah, so this is a great fight. I mean, I guess before I give you my pick, real quick, mind games. Is Chan Sung Jung in this park guy, this little park guy, are they going to be in this? I don't know his name. What's his name?
Jay Parker or something like that.
Yeah, this little guy. They're going to be in Brian's head, maybe.
Yeah, it could be. Could be.
Is Brian going to be pissed off and try to come and bang?
Well, obviously. I mean, obviously it got to him.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't just go around and slap civilians unless they got to you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, you're Brian Ortega. You can beat the fuck out of anyone.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. You don't need to show.
Yeah, you're number
Jay
2 in the
Parker
world.
Yeah, of course, dude. Yeah. I mean, you walk into the studio right now, you beat both of us at the same time. You kill us. You literally murder both of us.
He would just be like, you stand there and wait for your ass beat.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yes, sir, I will. Yep, I'm not going to do
taking
nothing.
my head, just smashing it into the table.
I'm just like, I'm sorry,
kill
Mason.
me.
I'm sorry. I'm just not man enough.
I wouldn't even be mad at you. I wouldn't even be mad if you didn't help. I mean, it's, again, so obviously, like in all seriousness, obviously they got to him because you don't just do that unless you're really pissed off about it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting matchup, dude. It's very interesting. This is a dangerous fight for both men, depending on where it goes. So I'm going to give you my pick right now.
Alrighty.
I think it's going to go all 5 rounds. I think this fight is going to primarily stay on the feet, and I think Zombie's going to pull it out. I think he's going to be the crisper, the cleaner fighter. I think he's going to be the smarter fighter. I'm thinking Brian Ortega might be a little salty. He might be a little heated, and he's going to want to show that, hey, I could strike with the best of them, especially coming off a Max Holloway fight. So very interesting fight for me, but I am going with Chan Sung Jung, the Korean Zombie, by decision.
All right. Well, just looking at this fight on paper, after watching the dismantling that Max Holloway did against Brian Ortega 2 years ago, I'm sure Brian Ortega has worked plenty on his striking since, but you could really see that there are levels to this game. Chan Sung Jung, holy shit, does this guy have lights out power? Can just put any man to sleep. We've seen it countless times over and over and over again. He's fast, he's effective. And for me, this was kind of a no-brainer. I think, obviously, I think if Brian Ortega gets this thing to the ground, it is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it's over.
If he sinks in a choke, it's done, period. He could definitely, I could see this fight going one of two ways, Brian Ortega, 3rd round sub, or a Chan Sung Jung 2nd round TKO, and that's the one I'm going with, Tabor. I think the 2nd round, he finishes Brian Ortega, and it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a war for those 2 rounds, though.
Yeah, and if that's exactly what happens, Alexander Volkanovski fight in December.
For sure.
Why not?
Oh, dude, I want to see Korean Zombie fight for a belt so bad.
Yeah, he needs to fight for
This
a belt.
guy's
He's
crazy
deserving.
good.
He's deserving. He was deserving of that fight before he took that hiatus to the military.
Absolutely.
So,
Serving his country.
Yeah, so good on him. I mean, it was mandated, so, I mean, he didn't have a choice.
Right. But still good on him.
But still good on him.
Yeah, serving your country is always the right thing to do.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean,
not when
let me
they're
take that
forcing
back.
you, I guess.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Well, or if you happen to be in the 1940s,
Yeah.
fighting for the Nazis.
Yeah.
That's not good. So
No,
let me
yeah, I
take
guess it
that
depends
back.
on the country.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess South Korea's.
Yeah, I guess we live in America, so I'm like, yeah, it's good. Go fight. But, well, Korea's good too. Yeah, South Korea. So.